Now, Washington's only 1-hour weekend newscast. This is the Emmy Award-winning 10 o'clock news.
Good evening, I'm Mary Norton.
And I'm David Burnett. It's the evening before the biggest game of the year for you Washington football fans.
We'll report live from New Jersey on tomorrow's Skins-Giants showdown. But first, a former New York mental patient is in jail tonight, charged with hijacking an airliner with 44 passengers on board. The suspected hijacker took over the plane as it flew from New Jersey to Dulles Airport. As Channel 5's Jack Conity reports, the man threatened to ignite a chemical fire on board, brandishing a lighter and what he said was a packet of flammable chemicals.
New York Air Flight 681 left Newark this morning at 7:05.
Well, we were flying along, routine flight from Newark down to the Washington area. And I got a call from the flight attendants over the interphone, and my lead flight attendant, Lisa Rouse, told me that she had a hijacking note. I had her read the note to me, and at that point then I said, how about sliding under the door so I could get some real concrete. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a joke, you know.
It wasn't. The note carried a threat to burn the plane with a chemical tape. After landing in a remote section of Dulles Airport, the flight crew announced the gate was closed and passengers should get out quietly and quickly.
We really didn't know what was happening, but the plane landed in an area where there weren't any terminals. And I turned to my husband and I said, something must be going on because this is very unusual.
All I know is when we seen that lady run with the baby we ran too, and that was it.
That was it.
But the man who saved the day today is the pilot who stayed on board. Captain Mark Meyer diverted the hijacker to buy time for the passenger evacuations.
As I approached him, he sat forward and put the lighter directly beneath the corner of it and was holding it like this and looking at me as if to say, you know, are you going to try and jump me or what, you know? From that point, he kind of relaxed a little bit, sat back down. When he was talking, he would, you know, move his hand with a cassette around, so, you know, I felt a little more at ease if the guy could toss it around like this and felt comfortable as he was talking. But several times in there, he, you know, to make a point, he says, I have the power, I have the power.
The hijacker demanded to see Muslim leader Louis Farrakhan as the FBI and FAA police surrounded the plane and set up a command center. Inside, Captain Meyer kept buying time.
I said, well, do you want to move up front so I can listen to the radio and talk to you? And he says, yeah, I'll move up front. I said, okay, come on up front. And I think he thought I was trying to trick him, so he said, no, I'll move when I want to move. I said, okay. So he stayed in the back the whole time, which gave me the freedom to move around as I needed to.
About an hour after touching down, the FBI ordered Meyer to get off the plane. By that time, they knew who the hijacker was, had traced his background. 2 hours later, negotiators coaxed the former mental patient off the plane.
After some further discussion, he made a demand for coffee and cigarettes and was ultimately persuaded to leave the aircraft and was given his coffee and cigarettes about simultaneous to the arrest.
59-year-old Norwood Emanuel did not resist arrest. His last known address is a psychiatric halfway house in Brooklyn.
I guess I'd have to say that that he is an unstable individual, a highly unstable individual. I didn't honestly believe that there was anything in the cassette case that he claimed were chemicals. But our training and procedures say that that's not my decision to make, so I didn't.
Emanuel now faces charges of sky piracy, attempted destruction of an aircraft, and crimes aboard an aircraft, all violations of federal law.
I do know that the pilot and crew are certainly to be commended for their handling of this matter. It was absolutely, in my personal opinion, outstanding.
About that time, he said, "What's going on? What's going on with all these people?" He had the chemicals in one hand and the lighter in the other, and he's going like this. And he's, "What's going on? Where are they going?" And I said, well, they have connections they have to make, you know. Some of them, they're going to different cities, and they have to go to the different airplanes. And you know, kind of puzzled him a little bit, you know, oh, okay.
It was that sort of grace under pressure today that got everyone off this DC-9 uninjured and averted a potential tragedy. Jack Conity, Channel 5 News at Dulles Airport.